Hi, I'm Gabby, and welcome to Gabbing with Gabi. In this series, we sit down with fellow artists who've brought their knowledge and talent to the world via the internet. It's a chance for them to put down their brushes, step away from their easels, and to talk about themselves. It's also a great opportunity for all of us to get to know them better. Our guest today is Shane. Shane, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shane Morrow. I am from Somerset, Kentucky. And thank you for having me, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to tell us about what kind of medium you paint with?
Mostly oils. I do some acrylic and just dabble in some different things, but mostly oil.
Okay. And what do you prefer to paint as a subject?
I do landscapes. I do wildlife. I've just started doing some floral, and actually I'm going to go do some classes here in the next little bit and try to get that going a little better, but mostly landscapes and wildlife.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any specific wildlife that you like to do, like specific types of animals?
Oh gosh, lions, tigers, stuff like that.
Bears?
Yeah, bears. Oh my. But yeah, just mostly that kind of thing.
Awesome. That's very cool. And do you teach as well?
I do teach, yes. I have a studio here in Somerset, and I do Bob Ross style classes. Yeah, I've been doing it about a year and a half.
Okay. And are you certified?
I am certified, yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Very
cool. I got
cool.
my certification about probably about 2 years now, right at 2 years. So.
Okay. How was that process for you?
It was wonderful. I know it gets a bad rap, and a lot of people say a lot of things about it, but I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. Faye Fletcher was my instructor, and she was great. And just being with other artists, and you spend 3 weeks there, and I love the whole process. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's a sweetheart. I really like Faye.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I've done interviews with her. Yeah, she's really nice. And when did you start painting?
I started painting in 2014-ish, somewhere along in there. And just off and on for a couple of years, and I started really getting serious around 2016, somewhere along in there, and started doing it a lot. And I worked in retail for years, for about 31 years, and I go to work and people were like, "Why are you here? You need to be doing something, something else." And it just got me, started thinking, and what can I do with this? So I started trying to pursue it, and actually ended up opening a studio. And like I said, I went and got certified to teach, and teaching is just amazing. I really enjoyed the whole process of teaching, and it's just, you get people in here that have never painted before, and they get done with the class and they're just amazed at what they've been able to do, and it's really fun, really rewarding.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get into painting to begin with?
My mom painted when I was a kid, and I used to sneak into her little studio, and I would get her paint out and mess up her canvases and everything, and she was nice enough to let me do that. But I always remembered back then I was interested, and I was probably 8 or 9 when I was doing that, and it just stuck with me, and I just finally got to the point where I wanted to pursue it. So I started watching Jason Bowen, I think, is the first painter I watched on YouTube, and it was back before everybody was putting videos on there, so there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. But I found him and started watching him, and of course I watched Bob Ross when I was a kid, and everybody has. And then when I got older, I started watching him more, and so that's kind of how I got started.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And in that time, since you started, how many pieces do you think you've done?
Oh my gosh, probably. I know I've sold almost 350 pieces. That's just what I've sold, and I would say probably 500 or 600.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot of pictures. Do you have other hobbies outside of art?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge baseball fan. I love the New York Mets. They're not that great, but I love them anyway. And I love to play golf, and just music. I love music, all kinds of music. I love to listen to music, and just that kind of thing.
Awesome. Very cool. So let's see. Let me look at my questions. Painting. Do you plan to paint for a certain number of years, or do you think you'll paint your whole life, or what do you think?
Oh no, I'll paint the rest of my life. I can go 3 or 4 days and I start getting antsy, and wanting to do a painting if I, wait too long. So yeah, I'll do it the rest of my life. And I want to keep learning. There's so much you can learn. You can never learn everything there is to know. And, it's just, it's really, I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. So you started filming videos. When did you start filming yourself painting?
Probably, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, probably.
Okay.
I did a TikTok. I started doing TikToks 2 or 3 years ago, and I think my third or fourth one kind of went viralish, and I got like, I don't know, 100,000 views or something like that. It was amazing. And then after that, I really had no luck on there, but it was really cool. That one video was, but it was really neat.
Mm-hmm. And is there any specific reason that you started doing films?
No, I just I think I saw somebody do it, and I thought that would be really cool to try. And so I started doing time lapses and just different things. And then I've never really actually done an instructional video yet, but I'm going to. And I've went live on there a couple times and kind of done a few things like that. But I'm going to start doing some instructional videos pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if you already teach, you kind of have that knowledge of how to do that. So, yeah. Do you have any specific landscape that you like to paint the most?
It's always fun to do a big mountain, but I like them all really. I just enjoy doing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Seascapes were probably the one thing I always kind of kept on the back burner because they're really difficult. But once I started doing them, and they're like anything else, you just got to practice and you get them. But they were so hard, and I just always were like, yeah, I'll do them, some other time. But
Yeah. Get around to it eventually.
But I finally started doing them, and I really love doing those too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. When you first started, what was easy for you?
I never really had a whole lot of problem with clouds. I know a lot of people have problems with clouds, but I've always been pretty good at those. They came pretty easy, and water and waterfalls aren't that difficult.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing with clouds is people overthink their clouds.
They
I always
do.
tell people, don't overthink your clouds.
Yep, they really do.
Yeah. Anything that was specifically difficult for you?
Well, like I said, seascapes. The big wave was it was difficult at first, and then I tell you one thing. When I first started, the first painting I did, of course, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of videos you could go look up to see how to clean up or what you're supposed to do, and so the first time I did a painting and I had all the, I had to clean up and I had no idea how to clean up. So I took everything to the bathroom and put it in the bathtub, and that did not turn out well at all. I had blue paint all over the white bathtub, and so yeah, that did not go very well. But I finally got it all cleaned up. But
yeah,
that was,
and learn some lessons
I'd like to
in the
have a
process.
video on this is how you do it and this is how you don't do it. But
yeah, bring back the bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a mess. If you had any advice for somebody just getting started, what would it be?
If you're really interested in it, stay with it. I know some people get frustrated and they're like, I can't do this. But you just have to stay with it and practice. The more you practice, the better you get, just like anything else. You can pick up a guitar and you can't automatically play the guitar. You got to practice. And it's the same way with this. You got to practice a little bit and learn the techniques and learn the right way and learn from somebody that knows what they're talking about. There's a lot of people out there that just, you just got to look at their work and make sure that, they know how to teach you before you take lessons from them. You see that a lot. I know I had a guy that come here and he took 3 or 4 lessons and now he's teaching, at the library and stuff, and he's just not ready to be teaching yet. And there's a lot of that out there. So just make sure you find somebody that, won't get you doing bad habits and, will teach you the right way to paint.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to jump on that wagon of wanting to teach people when you first get started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good to wait, I think, for other people's sake. It really is.
It really is. Yeah.
If there was anything that you could have known when you first started, what do you wish that would have been?
Kind of like I was saying a minute ago with the cleanup. I would love to have known that. I would have, and you watch people on YouTube and they, some people have been painting a long time and they make it look so easy. Bob Ross made it look so easy. And I know when I first started, I was like, this is not that easy. And, so that almost in itself made me want to just be like, forget it, but I stuck with it. But, like I was saying, just stick with it and keep practicing and just try not to overwhelm yourself and, start out easy and, build yourself up.
Now, is this something that you do full time?
Yes, I do this full time. I left my job at the retail place I was working at for 31 years and left my job. And yeah, I went and got certified. And I have a studio in the mall here in Somerset. And we teach classes, like I said. We do probably, we try to do classes every other weekend on Friday and Saturday. So we do that. And then we do private classes and things with people. So it's been really, really rewarding.
I bet. That sounds like such a fun road to get to go down, because I don't think a lot of people will ever get that opportunity.
Yeah,
So,
I was nervous at first. Like I said, I'd been at that job for forever, and was just you just got to make yourself do it. And if it don't work out, you can always go do something else. But I really wanted to try it, and so far so good.
Awesome. That's great. And you must have started then teaching after all the Corona garbage.
Yes, and I was so thankful that it worked out that way, because if I had have started when all that went down, I probably would have never made it. But yeah, I was glad that was over with.
Yeah, I think we all were.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Let's see. Who inspires you?
Well, when I first started, like I said, I would watch Jason Bowen, his videos, but now there's all kinds of people. There's a guy called Stephen Conway. I don't know if you've ever saw him, but he has YouTube videos. He's really good. I watch him a lot. He's got some different techniques and different things that I try to watch and learn from. Dana Jester, as far as wildlife, he's one of the best wildlife painters there are, and so I've learned a lot from him too. And my painting really, I was really at I don't know, I could just not see any improvement, and I started going to his workshops, him and Steve, and I've been to several of their workshops. But when I did that and started learning from Dana, and I think that's when I started to improve. And before that, I had just watched YouTube and stuff like that, and I think that can only take you so far, and you really need to get hands-on for people that know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think we talk about.
That's when I could see my improvement, and everybody else did too. They were like, what have you been doing? You're doing something different. And I'm like, it was going to those classes and learning from those guys.
Yeah, I don't think we talk about that often, about how you can kind of hit a wall of improvement.
Yes.
And I think that's a good point.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good to take a little break too. It don't matter what you do, you get burnt out on everything, and it's good to take a little break and a week or so. It's hard for me because I start having withdrawals after a few days, but it's good to step away from it for a little while and then come back, and that always helps too.
Yeah, definitely. Usually about a day or two, and I'm like, okay, where's my paintbrushes?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite piece that you have done of your own?
Yeah, I have several. I think I've sold them all, though, believe it or not. I got a few at home that I have that I haven't sold, but sometimes I'll do one and I'll think, I want to keep that, and then let it go, and then I wish I hadn't. But and then there was one I did. It was like probably the fourth or fifth painting I did, and I was so happy with it, and I kept it forever, and I sold it, and I wish I had not sold that, but it was one of my favorites. It was just happened to turn out really good. I probably didn't know what I was doing at the time, but it really turned out good, and I liked it, and ended up selling it. So.
A whole lot of happy accidents.
A whole lot of happy accidents. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I have one painting that I sold that I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have, but I sold it to my niece, so I can go see it anytime.
Well, yeah, you can go get
it. Let's see. What does painting mean to you?
Oh gosh, it's everything. I mean, it's you can be in a bad mood and just sit down and paint, and it all goes away. And I tell people too, and I don't know if it makes sense or not, but when I'm doing a painting, it's like I'm inside of that painting. I just get lost in there. And, I don't know if you can understand that if you don't paint, but it just takes, like I said, bad day or something going wrong, you sit down and do a painting and you're immediately in a better mood and feel better. And yeah, so it's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have some bonus questions for you. Do you have an all-time favorite student or a favorite moment in teaching that you'll never forget that you'd like to share?
I don't know if I can point out just one, but like I said earlier, what makes me happy teaching is when people come in and they're just, I had some people that come in, and I had one guy that said, "I'm wasting my time, but I wanted to take this. My wife wanted to do it, so I thought I'd come with her." And when he got done, he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that." And just the joy and the happiness that people that it brings people, and that's probably the best thing.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, bonus question number 2. If you could have any type of animal on the planet, any type of animal as a pet, what would it be and why?
It would be a lion. I have a thing with lions. I love lions. I paint them, and I don't know, but yes, I would have a pet lion. Absolutely, I'd probably eat
A
my heart.
male or a female?
Probably a male.
Yeah,
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 the
with
ones with
that
the big
big
black
mane.
manes, and yeah, they're my favorite. I like to watch those discovery shows too with lions and different things. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'd be fun to play with their tufty little tails.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's so funny. Um, okay, I have one more bonus question for you. What is one thing that's on your bucket list of things to do in your life?
There's a few places I would like to travel. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. I've never been to Alaska, so that's probably one. I don't know what else right off. But I love to travel, so there's places I would like to go. I'd like to go to Hawaii. Hawaii and
Mhm,
Alaska is probably the two places I would like to go. You know,
mhm,
There
mhm,
would definitely be bucket list.
mhm. Have you ever been to Hawaii before?
No, no.
Yeah, yeah. I've only been to the Big Island, and I know every island has like a, something different that it offers. But I always tell people like, don't ever discount the Big Island because there is so much to do there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get people that come in all the time, and they look at the mountain paintings and they're like, "Oh, you've probably been to." And I'm like, "No, I've never been, but I want to go so bad to Alaska and just see it for real. Some of these
Yeah.
paintings that we do." But
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been there either, but that's definitely on my list too. It's a beautiful area.
yeah,
I think that's all the questions that I have for you. Do you have any sort of final thoughts that you'd like to share with everybody?
um, not that I can think of at the moment. I think
Okay.
we've covered everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great to get to know you and interview you, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yes. My last question for you: where can people find you?
Facebook, Instagram, just Shane Morrow. Just look me up there, and then on TikTok is Shane Morrow 8, the letter or the number 8, and so that's my 3. And then, like I said, I have a YouTube, but I don't have anything on there yet. But I'm going to, so just keep an eye out for
Okay.
that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'll put those links in the description of the video so people can find you, and
Okay,
we'll go from there. So thank you again so much for being on.
awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, guys, I think that's it for our interview today. If you guys have any questions or comments, put it in the comment section of the video and we will do our best to address them. Again, I'm Gabby and this is Shane. Until next time, I really do hope that you guys fall in love with painting just as much as we have. Bye, guys.
Hi. Thank you.